one of the, I did not believe my friend in California when she told me that the anti-incarceration activists had published reports depicting pictures of 8- and 9-year-olds on the front covers of their reports, because I knew, as a criminal defense attorney and a prosecutor and now a sitting judge in the military, that no state sentences 8- or 9-year-olds, Tiger Scouts essentially, Weeblos, to life without parole for any crime they commit. They go in the juvenile justice system. And even if they, for one reason or another, would go to an adult court, if they were 10 or so, they're not going to get life without parole. And so, much to my surprise, I looked at a few of the reports she was talking about. And this is what spurred me to conduct a comprehensive research project. Here is a picture, clearly of a little boy. If I took a poll of this room, you would all say he's probably 6, 7, 8 years old. He's an actor. He's not a defendant. Yet, this on the front cover of one of the lead reports that the anti-incarceration activists have out there, suggesting to legislators and judges, etc., that this poor little fella, this child, committed a crime and is serving life without parole. He's not. And look at all the other reports out there. This is one by the Equal Justice Initiative, which is down in, I think it's Alabama. Here's a picture of an actor, a boy, who probably, plays in his little league baseball squad and probably just ended up playing marbles a few weeks before. But there are numerous pictures throughout these reports of child actors, which are there to pull at your heartstrings. They're in these reports to lead people who aren't going to think about it, like some people who have a busy calendar, a busy schedule, a busy legislative agenda, that this is typically the type of kid who's sentenced to life without parole. What gets better? The Roper decision is a death penalty decision. And Roper himself thought about his crime before he committed it, deliberated before he committed it, and then committed it. And the Supreme Court found that his death sentence was unconstitutional. Fine. But what the anti-incarceration activists now have attempted to do is to take the language and logic of Roper and import it out of the death penalty specific arena and into the non-death penalty arena of life without parole. And they use almost laughable language, like sentencing our children to die in prison. It's not a death penalty case. It's a life without parole case. And if you look, there's a very unsubtle coordination between this small yet well-funded movement, suggesting that they never use the word juvenile, which all of us use in our practices. All the judges use it, all the criminal defense attorneys use it. They use child because they want you to think that these are children. They're not. They're juveniles. They're teenagers. The United States has the worst crime problem in the Western world. We do. If you look at my report, I look at the UN statistics and the World Health Organization statistics to show that we lead the Western world in juvenile crime and have done so for decades.